Bullying, to me, is when some person treats another person wrongly.
I think anything that puts somebody down is considered bullying, physical or verbal, even mental, even not looking at somebody. You don't have to say anything to bully somebody. You can just shoot them a look or not look at them at all.
Either emotional or physical pain to the point where you embarrass someone to make them feel so self-conscious that they can't even be around people.
Bullying is something, trying to get a laugh on somebody else's shoulders is what bullying is.
I don't know, it gives you less freedom, definitely makes you feel less confident about things. You often feel sick, you don't have a lot of energy. Just overall it makes you less of who you are. Without being bullied, I think you have a lot more freedom and you can do much more with your life.
I believe that people bully others to make themselves feel better.
Because they feel superior, or they get a laugh out of it.
I think people bully others because they have nothing better to do.
To give them some sort of authority over someone, make them feel as if they are in control.
Thinking that, they're not part of the gang.
Or they find something that somebody can't do and they prey on it because it usually makes them look a lot better.
Give them the boost and the doubt of having someone hurting over what they say.
Just wisecracks. They think that they look good by doing it.
Everybody gets bullied now and again, even when you're an adult like me. If you reach out to shake someone's hand and they don't shake yours, or if you say hi and someone doesn't say hi back, I still consider that bullying. Makes you feel less than them.
I have bullied a few people in my life. I bullied a young girl when I was about 7 years old for wearing her brother's clothes.
Yes, I did have a family member bullied one of my daughters. And basically, the person who bullied her actually was like another daughter to me.
In public school, I used to get beat up at recess all the time. So much so that I used to stay in at lunches and recess and work in the office. So that's probably the memory that sticks in my mind the most.
I bullied her almost every day for a whole year. I would make fun of her, calling her a boy, saying that she was poor because she couldn't afford better clothes.
She grew up with my youngest daughter. She was her best friend, slept over. My daughter slept over her place and whatnot. And when they finally got to high school, she started. She got involved in a gang of other kids doing drugs and whatnot, which my daughter didn't really want to get involved in. And I guess my daughter was the black sheep, or the person outside of the group, and so they started to bully her.
I got bullied in high school a bit. I went to a high school where none of my friends went, so I had to make all new friends, and I didn't really share any interests with anybody, so I used to sit alone a lot. So I'd get bullied for sitting alone, or I used to read all the time at lunch. I'd sit in the front and just read books, so I used to get picked on for that.
When I was in high school, girls will be girls and bully to the extent that they will try to ruin someone's name or hurt someone's feelings by the way they look or by their actions.
I've seen other people as a teenager in high school. I've seen other friends or people, acquaintances, that have bullied certain people, whether it's because of their looks and whatnot. I've never liked it.
I had a group of girls who were my friends that we would definitely try and hurt other people's feelings, from the nerds to the drama kids to those girls who wouldn't care what they really looked like, and I would definitely hurt their feelings.
Being her best friend throughout her youth, I guess she was concerned about her friend getting really involved in drugs, and she tried to prevent it or tried to help her stay out of it. But basically, her friend was drawn in, and because my daughter didn't want to take part, they just kept attacking her.
Mostly older kids were bullying me. Some people I even tried to make friends with would bully me. When I was really young, I used to get bullied because I didn't know how to ice skate. So every time people would go to ice skate, I'd have to stay inside. And I couldn't ride a bike. So I used to get bullied for that too, because as a kid everybody would ride bikes and I had to sit inside.
I believe I did it nonetheless in high school to try to become popular, to be with the cool people, try to make myself feel better. That's pretty much why I did it.
When I first got to high school, I saw a lot of kids getting bullied, like grade 9 kids getting bullied. I didn't say anything because I got bullied and nobody said anything for me. So I guess I just felt like everybody needed to go through it once.
At first, I was blind to it all. I didn't realize it was happening until I noticed my daughter, constantly in tears, depressed, in her room. She didn't seem to get involved with too many friends anymore. She became a loner a little bit, and that's how I started to notice it.
Most of my bullying, almost all of it, took place at school.
Took place over the internet, took place at home, took place on the phone, it took place in school, classrooms.
On the web, in person, around the school.
If it didn't take place at school, it was the same people bullying me, but just after school or before school.
Even the gym, I would be working out and I would make fun of other girls or other people working out, or even in the mall. It happened pretty much everywhere.
Basically, I got involved a little bit by setting up an appointment, my wife and I, with the principal over this, because it was getting pretty bad. It was on the internet. There were threats made, and I had all of it documented. I printed it out off Facebook, and I was going to meet up with the principal.
Sometimes it's best not to go to a teacher. Just find some other friend, even somebody else that gets bullied. Make a friend with them, and it'll usually give you more confidence.
Well, I suggest if you're being bullied that you stand up tall. Try not to let it bring you down, because in fact, being a bully, I'm not going to lie, if you don't react to it, then I won't react to it, and I will sooner or later stop.
Maybe you can try to stop it on your own. Sometimes you're going to have to report it. Whether it's if it's taking place at a school, make the principal aware of it, or maybe even call the police regarding this, depending how bad it gets.
If you're getting bullied, just try and find a safe place and try and find somebody to talk to about it. It doesn't have to be an adult.
If you are watching someone being bullied, I think that you should definitely stick up for what you believe in and try to, even talk to that bully instead of the victim. Try to tell them why they're doing what they're doing and try to make them come to realize that what they're doing is wrong.
Anything like this should be reported, even charged. If it means getting charged, then so be it, to put a stop to this.
But if you just hold up high, not pay attention, don't let it hurt you, because that's exactly what bullies want you to feel like.
Fortunately, it did stop. In my case, they're not really friends anymore. They might say hi as they go by each other, but she's no longer part of this family, and obviously my daughter's not part of hers.
I find that karma definitely does come around. I do have my people have bullied me before, especially I feel like it never ends, especially when you're older. You'll always have to deal with people bullying you and you bullying others.
I have trouble meeting new people. I whisper. I don't talk very loud because I don't have a lot of confidence in what I say.
If I was to speak to her about this, there was a program on TV the other night, not too long ago, and I called her down, basically the same thing, and how people are now, being a little bit more aware of this, and they're trying to put a stop to it. There's certain laws regarding what's placed on the internet and whatnot, and she didn't want to have anything to do with it.
I don't trust people very easily. It takes me a long time to trust people or to believe what people say, and I hate getting compliments.
It brought back too many memories. You could see that she almost wanted to break down crying again. She just wants to try to forget it, but it lasts forever. She could be my age and still remember what happened in high school. unfortunately?
Being a previous bully, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely do regret it. At the time, it felt like it was a cool thing to do, but now I regret it, and I wish I could send out my apologies to all those people that I bullied.
It just keeps building up and building up and building up, and it has to stop.
You don't need everybody to like you, just one person.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
It's just a way of what you have to look on life and what you want, what kind of person you want to be, and what kind of person you want people to look at you as.
And other people see these things on Facebook and come to certain conclusions, and actually it makes me mad. And I feel by experiencing things like that, I think I've taught my kids well.
I was the bully.
I was the bystander.
I was the victim.